How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and today we've got a sick little black metal collection update for you. Sorry it's been so long since I've done one, but it's been taking a while for me to accumulate some black metal, I guess, through my kind of punk and thrash obsession lately. But I do have one for you today. First two you may have seen before. I highly recommend checking them out, and I highly recommend checking out the reviews I did for them, but I'm going to show them off anyway because I haven't done them officially yet in a collection update, and we're going to do them now. So the first one is Vorga with their first EP called Radiant Gloom, which was released earlier this year in 2019. If you don't know Vorga, and you probably don't, they are a black metal band from Germany that started in 2016. 4-track EP right here, and if you want to know more of my thoughts on this, definitely go check out my review. I will be posting the link in the description box below, and I believe these guys are currently working on an EP or possibly a full length, so look for that probably being announced later this year. So yeah, Vorga with Radiant Gloom, good stuff. Next is a band called Gravkavad, or possibly Gravkavad. I'm not exactly sure how to properly pronounce this. I pronounce it Gravkavad though. This is their first full-length album from 2018 called Grav Aska. This has 4 tracks, but they are really long, sort of like the Burzum album Visla Taros, where it's got like 4 or 5 tracks, but then it's like super long tracks, so it makes a full length, which is basically over 30 minutes in length of material. Anyways, these guys are a black metal slash funeral doom slash depressive suicidal black metal band from Sweden that started also in 2016. They have 2 demos prior to this. I have their first demo, I believe, is Grav Sorg. They have one after that, and then a compilation of Grav Sorg and Grav something, I can't remember. Grav Korg? Probably not. But either way, so if you're missing the first 2 demos, there is a compilation out, and then there's this full-length Grav Aska. Definitely make sure you check them out. They're pretty good black and funeral doom with some DSBM elements in there for sure. And I believe they're working on a new EP soon, so yeah, very cool stuff. Ezra Nat Chaos is also in a band called Nat Chaos, and I also believe he's related to Infernal Pain or something. Yes, so he's also related to this project, Nihilistic Pain. Reach the Purity. It's like black noise and grindy stuff, very screamy, shouty, noisy stuff. So yeah, check out Gravkavad. Excellent. Like I said, black funeral doom with DSBM in it. If you want to see more of my thoughts on this album before you get it, please check out the review that'll also be in the description box below. So yeah, check that out. Next is something I've been meaning to get my hands on for quite a while because everyone and their fucking uncle has been talking about it, and I was intrigued. I really wanted to get some, but I just never got around to doing so until Deja Vu Discs had some sorry motherfucker that just didn't know the value of his stuff and sold it to them and allowed me to pick some up for a nice price. So thank you to that guy that keeps dumping his metal stuff off at Deja Vu Discs. So what I'm talking about is the band Midnight. This is an excellent black and roll, black and thrash, sometimes black and speed metal band from Ohio, USA. Started in 2003. This is the second album from 2014. They do have 3 full lengths and 5 EPs, so they do have quite a bit of material. This one's got a bonus live CD with some stuff on it, so quite a few tracks. Like, it already has a bonus track on here, like an 11th track, which is a bonus track, plus 9 other live tracks. So that's really cool. I'm glad to have finally gotten some Midnight in my collection. Really great stuff. I will definitely be picking up more Midnight in the future. Just fantastic. The vocals are great. The riffs are great. Super groovy, super aggressive. This is the second disc. There's some interesting artwork. if you guys see anyone else talking about Midnight, there is definitely good reason for them doing so. It's just a really, really good band, and I highly enjoy their stuff. This is the No Mercy for Mayhem album from 2014, though. Highly, highly recommend. Next, along with that second album from Midnight, I also saw this there. This is Shocks of Violence. This was originally the 2016 EP, but then in 2017 they released another version of Shocks of Violence. It's a compilation of a bunch of different live stuff and demos and shit. So yeah, there's 25 tracks on this version, which, hell yeah, I don't even care if they're lo-fi or badly recorded or whatever. I'm just happy to have more Midnight songs in my collection. Just look at that awesome shit. So fucking cool. Fucking love it. So yeah, this was the EP from 2016, but this is the 2017 compilation version with just a fuck ton of songs. So yeah, check out Midnight. Excellent black and roll, black thrash. So good. All right, the next one. Once again, I've been meaning to pick this up forever because I've got 2 patches of this already on some of my stuff. So I'm like, man, I think it's about time that I get some Revenge in my collection. So here we are, also at Deja Vu Discs. Thank you to the guy who just dumped off all his, black and death metal and all that shit. This is Behold Total Rejection. And if for whatever reason you don't know who Revenge are, Revenge is a black death, war metal, whatever you want to call it, band from Canada, Alberta, Canada, to be exact. Previously known as Conqueror from about 96 to 99. They only released 1 full-length album as Conqueror, and then started Revenge in the year 2000. As Revenge, they eventually made about 4 EPs and 5 albums. This being the newest and 5th album from 2015. Just, man, I forgot how incredibly pummeling, how incredibly relentless and noisy and abrupt this shit is. I would go so far as to say that it borders on just like power violence, maybe some grindcore. Yeah, on the bass they're black and death or war metal, whatever you want to call it. But really, there's some really fast, pummeling, noisy bits to this, just off the wall. If I didn't know better, I would probably call these guys like blackened hardcore with grindcore elements. I don't know what part of this is supposed to be black metal. Death metal, maybe, but it's more like death grind with some like blackened hardcore elements. Just really noisy, tough, angry, just ferocious shit. So, wow, you better be in a certain mood to listen to this, because this isn't going to be one of those happy, bouncy, kind of upbeat bands. You better be in the mood to have your freaking ears pummeled to death when you're listening to Revenge. Because when I went on my journey last week listening to this, holy shit, I'm just like, when does it let up? Answer, it doesn't. It's just complete and utter drum and vocal just onslaught. I could barely make out what half of the guitars were doing most of the time. So yeah, I won't be listening to this like on a regular basis, but if I want something that just beats my fucking brains in, Behold Total Rejection by Revenge will do it. And the last thing on here, I kind of didn't want to put it in here because they kind of remind me of a cross between Funebrarium, Undergong, and Cav. So they're not quite black metal, and you'll probably question why I put them in here, but this is Spectral Voice, Eroded Corridors of On Being, the 2017 full-length. These guys are more of a death doom band from Colorado, USA, that started in 2012, but after listening to them, like I said, they kind of have a little bit of a Cav, and if you don't know who I'm talking about, go check out Cav Chattering Medicine. I'll leave a link in the description box below to the music and my review of that band. But it kind of reminds me of Cav. It kind of reminds me a bit of Funebrarium. It kind of reminds me a bit of Gravkavad in some places too. The music might sound kind of death doomy, but there definitely feels like there's some depressive, suicidal black metal elements in there. He does these shrieky things every now and then. I still have the fucking receipt in there. That's too funny. Thank you, Deja Vu Discs, for that. Oh man. And yeah, the shit in here is just dark. It's atmospheric. It's creepy. It has like I said, it has some of those DSBM shrieks in it, as well as the kind of dark, rumbly vocals. The tone of the guitar is dark and deep and just menacing. So I kind of want to throw this in there. It's kind of like a blackened, doomy DSBM death metal. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Spectral Voice below. This is kind of why I put them last, because I know they're not 100% black metal. I know they're not even 50% black metal. They might be 15, and that 15% might be the depressive, suicidal style of black metal thrown on top of the death doom. But I feel like they kind of slide into the genre a teeny bit, because if you like Grav Kavad, if you like Cav, if you like bands that are kind of slipping between the realms of like black and death metal genres, this should probably be in there, because it has that atmosphere, has that grim, foreboding feel about it that sometimes the atmospheric black and death metal has. So yeah, I recommend this if you're into that kind of stuff. Spectral Voice with Eroded Corridors of Unbeing from 2012. It's definitely something you should be able to enjoy if you're into that kind of stuff. So they made it into this collection update, and I hope you'll appreciate why I decided to put them in there. Anyways, that's the last one on here. Check them out. Really, really good stuff. I hope you guys found something new. I hope you found something interesting. Let me know if you own any of these albums. Let me know what you think of these albums. Give me your thoughts on any of them below in the comment section. Thank you very much, and thanks for watching. For Glory, for the Rebellion and the Alliance, Slammerella out.